1 year after Google relaunched its smartphone initiative, the sequel is here to bring it all back home. The Google Pixel 7 Pro is the company's latest flagship phone, and while it appears similar to the Pixel 6 Pro, it provides a lot of upgrades in areas such as performance, screen, camera, and battery life. The good news is that it is still significantly less expensive than other flagship phones. On paper, the Pixel 7 Pro appears to have everything: a massive 6.7-inch display with a 120Hz refresh rate, a giant 5000 mAh battery inside, a top-tier camera, and Google's new Tensor G2 chip, which displays Google's formidable AI and machine learning capabilities. But should you get it? Are the improvements really discernible when compared to the prior model? And has Google addressed the few vexing problems that plagued the prior generation? Let's find out. The Pixel 7 Pro, like most current phones, comes in a compact package, and inside we find a cable with USB-C connector on both ends, a SIM tool, a quick switch adapter, a paperwork, and obviously the phone. The packaging has no charger, which is to be expected in 2022. There is also no pre-applied screen protector or case included in the packaging. The new Pixel 7 Pro looks much like its predecessor, with a glass black finish and the iconic camera strip across the back. The big difference is that the camera system is now visible separated into two pieces. The phone still has an aluminum frame, a glossy finish, and the camera strip is now an inherent part of that frame, making the phone appear more sturdier. We did observe that the camera bar rapidly developed micro scratches, but other than that, we like this design. There are 3 color options: a conventional black color, obsidian, a white color choice, snow, and this new grayish hue with a gold camera bar that is a looker, hazel. The Pixel 7 Pro's dimensions and weight haven't altered from its predecessor, so it's still a larger phone. We like Google's decision to keep the Pixel's weight substantially lower than that of the Galaxy S22 Ultra and iPhone 14 Pro Max, as this makes a significant difference in how comfortable the Pixel feels in a pocket. The Pixel 7 Pro has a huge 6.7-inch OLED display that provides lots of real estate for your eyes to feast on. It also has a 1440p resolution, which is higher than a standard 1080p panel, so everything is extra sharp. Just make sure you select the 1440p resolution in options, as the phone comes preset at 1080p for some reason. There's also a 120Hz dynamic refresh rate for buttery smooth scrolling. This is an LTPO display with an adaptive refresh rate that ranges from 10 Hz to 120 Hz. Google is employing the most recent Gorilla Glass 7 for screen protection, and the screen can get quite bright, reaching a maximum of 1500 nits. The Pixel 7 Pro has a substantial increase in peak brightness, but it doesn't become as bright as the iPhone 14 Pro. In terms of biometrics, you still have an optical in-screen fingerprint scanner. This was our main gripe with the previous Pixel generation's reader, which was slower and required more force to register. Unfortunately, the new Pixel still feels slow, and if there is a minor speed improvement, we barely noticed it. However, face recognition is now included, which was not available on the previous generation. The Pixel 7 Pro employs image-based facial recognition, which is less secure than the 3D models used by iPhones, but it is still a useful function. It works well during the day, but it does not work in low light or with masks, as do most image-based Face ID systems. Google also recognizes that it is not as safe as a fingerprint scan and restricts the usage of facial recognition to unlocking your phone. The Pixel 7 Pro would still require a fingerprint scan or your code to access your payment and banking apps. The Pixel 7 Pro features a triple rear camera setup that includes a 48-megapixel 5x telephoto f3.5, a 50-megapixel main camera f1.85 and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide f2.2. The main camera's 50-megapixel sensor remains unchanged from last year, but Google has discovered another purpose for it. A 12-megapixel center crop of the sensor provides optical grade 2x magnification, which is a really nice touch. This year, the ultra-wide camera has gotten wider to match the field of view on rival flagships. The periscope zoom camera has also received a significant upgrade, with 5x zoom compared to 4x on the previous. Google explains that it uses additional tricks at 10x magnification to provide better quality. Hand motion is a problem for other phones at higher zoom ranges, like as 15x, but the Pixel 7 Pro comes to the rescue again with zoom stabilization, which recognizes a subject and locks the camera on it. We enjoy the quality and dynamic range of this camera, but on an already foggy day, we noticed that a couple of the shots were noticeably underexposed, making them appear even gloomier than they were. The new ultra-wide camera offers a significantly broader field of view, as does the selfie camera. But, if we had to pick one major camera upgrade with this new Pixel, it would have to be how low-light photographs are captured twice as quickly as they were in the previous model. This makes a significant impact, although image quality remains comparable, if not better. The Pixel continues to be the king of night photography, with clear details and low noise, outperforming Galaxies and iPhones in most circumstances, but the difference is not huge. Because this is a crop, you may not see the differences on a smaller phone screen, but open them on a laptop or a larger screen, and 2x on the Pixel 7 Pro is clearly the more impressive photo. The Pixel also includes a number of useful software features. The first is Magic Eraser, which makes it extremely simple to remove undesired items from your snaps. This feature is fantastic. Macro Focus is another useful function that allows you to take high-quality close-up macro images. Following that, we have a fresh new video feature called Cinematic Blur, which, as the name suggests, blurs the background in movies, allowing the subject to shine out, similar to Apple's Cinematic Mode. Google is catching up with this function, but while we appreciate it, the Pixel has far too much background blur, and we prefer the clarity of the iPhone or Galaxy. Overall video quality has improved slightly this year, but Google still needs a little extra push to match the video quality of the Galaxy S22 Ultra, and even more push to meet the industry-leading iPhone. The Pixel 7 Pro's stabilization is strong, and you can capture video with all three cameras, but colors can be a little bland at times, and noise sneaks in low-light footage. The original Tensor chip in the Pixel 6 was a watershed moment for Google. It was their first mobile processor, and while its CPU performance was not quite as quick as the flagship chips on the market, it included exceptional machine learning production that appeared tailor-made for a Pixel. The new Tensor G2 appears to be a step forward rather than a major redesign of the original processor. This new CPU includes 2 high-power ARM Cortex-X1 cores, 2 A76 cores, and 4 efficient A55 cores. It improves multi-core performance by 10% over the previous generation, which is a significant improvement. This is explained by the chip's more efficient 4nm manufacturing process, as well as the speedier X1 cluster and A76 cores. The Tensor G2 is equipped with a Mali G710 GPU for gaming, which provides a significant performance gain. Most importantly, new Pixel does not get as hot as the previous version, which means you will experience less thermal throttling while gaming. The Pixel is still no match for a Galaxy or an iPhone, but it is a more capable gaming machine than the Pixel 6 series. We also have 12 GB of the most recent LPDDR5X RAM, which is ideal for quick multitasking. The Pixel 7 Pro has 3 storage options: a base model with 128 GB storage, a 256 GB model, and a 512 GB model. One of the best parts about purchasing a Pixel is that you receive a clean Android version that was designed by Google. This pixelified version of Android is also exceptionally smooth, with no glitches or stuttering, and all of the animations appear to be very nicely made. On the Pixel 7 series there are some notable Android features. For example, the assistant voice typing will suggest relevant emoji, phone can transcribe audio messages in the Message app, Recorder app getting speaker labels, call screen automatically speaks to spammers and filters them out, and more. However, the main benefit is simply software upgrades. The Pixel 7 Pro, like other Pixels, receives future updates on day one, although other Android devices typically have to wait a few months. Google also promises 5 years of security upgrades for the Pixel 7 Pro. These days, Android flagship phones have a common form factor, a 6.7-inch screen and a 5000 mAh battery, and the Pixel fits the model flawlessly. A 5000 mAh battery is undoubtedly welcome news. The Pixel 7 Pro outperformed almost any other models in our independent battery tests, scoring higher in web surfing and YouTube video testing. Only during our rigorous 3D gaming test did the phone overheat and earn a dismal 4 hours, around the same as its predecessor. Although the load on the graphics card is not normally as great in real life, it demonstrates that Google has room to improve for gaming. With the extreme battery saver option, Google offers up to 72 hours of battery life. Our real-world experience with the Pixel is that it lasts somewhat longer than a full day on average, but even if you push it a little harder, it will still last the entire day, which is reassuring. The Pixel 7 Pro's supported charging speeds have not changed. Although Google recommends a 30-watt charger, real charging speeds are limited to 23 watt. With that charging speed, in 15 minutes the Pixel 7 Pro gained 25% of his battery, while for a full charge it required around 1 hour and 37 minutes. Keep in mind that the Pixel 7 Pro does not come with a charging brick, so you'll need to buy one separately, if you don't already have one. The phone also supports wireless charging, which is a nice feature that, oddly, operates at the same 23-watt speeds. The Pixel 7 Pro boasts a great loudspeaker design for a phone, with a dual speaker setup consisting of a bottom-firing main speaker and a secondary speaker in the earpiece. It gets loud enough without sounding too muddy or distorted, and it has a little of depth to it. In direct comparison to the speakers of the Galaxy S22 Ultra, we found the Pixel sound more appealing. However, when compared to the iPhone 14 series or the finest in the industry Asus ROG phone, the Pixel lacked the power and depth to compete. Its loudspeakers are above average, but not nearly outstanding. Haptics on Pixel phones have always been outstanding, and there are no major changes this year. If you're looking for a flagship smartphone like the Pixel 7 Pro, you have two options, but neither is as affordable as the $900 Pixel. If money is no object, the $1,200 Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra will spoil you with its 10x zoom lens, which allows you to zoom even further, as well as a speedier processor, a S Pen, and a few unique features in the Samsung One UI system. The model's drawbacks include occasionally shaky performance and slower-to-arrive updates. The $1,100 iPhone 14 Pro Max is on the other side of the fence. It's an iPhone, with all of the benefits and drawbacks that entails, but it offers the best battery life among all mainstream flagships, as well as the quickest processor available. Finally, we must bring up the prior Pixel 6 Pro. To be honest, there aren't many enhancements in the new model, and if you can find a decent offer on the older model, we wouldn't hesitate to acquire it if we were searching for a deal. Finally, Google entered the big leagues last year, and the Pixel 7 Pro demonstrates the company's devotion. In every sense, it is a refinement over the previous version, with a slightly enhanced design, brighter screen, better cameras, better video, longer battery life, and more good machine learning and speech recognition features, but no huge changes that leap out. But there is one area that Google must nail if it wants people to adore this phone, and that is dependability. Slowdowns, glitches, and other difficulties have plagued Pixel phones in the past, and the Pixel 7 Pro must demonstrate that Google can create a problem-free smartphone that is not just quick at launch, but remains fast and reliable after a year or two of use. Most of the issues have been eliminated in our initial testing, but only time will tell whether it will last in the long run. Aside from that, the Pixel 7 Pro is an excellent value at its price and a joy to use, so it gets our enthusiastic thumbs up.